the quality of idealism and the quality of devotion. Devotion to an ideal. This is new in humanity and has only emerged significantly on a broad scale in the last 2,150 years of the Piscean experience. Unfortunately, because of the marked individuality, the idealism has always been in connection with ourselves, our ideals. Not other people's ideals, but our ideals. Right or wrong, but our ideals. Our country's ideals. Right or wrong, but our country's ideals. And people have paid tribute to their country, been told they are patriots or patriots, whichever way you say it in America. And this is a good thing. This is something which every good American should feel about his own country. Every good Britisher should feel about his own country. Every good Frenchman most certainly does feel about his own country. Patriotism, for what it's worth, is felt to be a great ideal, something not to be dispensed with, even if your country is causing havoc in the world. Our country, right or wrong, has been the cry of patriotism for 2,000 odd years. Humanity is only beginning to wake up to the idea, the possibility that maybe it shouldn't be so. Maybe the country should not be so gifted as we think, so pure in its idealism as we think. Maybe its idealism are simply astral imaginings and not related to the truth. All of this, to me, seems often, patently, the truth. That people, governments, presidents and prime ministers of governments make decisions which land their people in wars not of their making and not of their wanting. But they find themselves, nevertheless, living and unfortunately dying in those wars, through these experiences, become disabled because they took part in them, are grieved for because they took part in them, because it seemed the right thing to do out of a patriotic endeavor, an idealism based on what? On an idea which could be right or wrong, real or unreal. And if we explored the nature of the wars down through the last 2,000 years, we would find, I submit, that there was no real essence behind it. There was no real big idea, no great natural belief system for which it died. Why should somebody die for a belief which they could have for a year, or 5 years, or 10 years, or say even 30 years, and then change? For democracy, or fascism, for communism, or any other ism that we could conceive. Why should people die for ideals like that? Because we always make the ideal personal. It's our personal country, so we have to die for it. We're not really dying for the country. We're dying because the country is at war. And unless your country is being invaded, you are certainly not dying for your country. Is that not so? If you think about it, is it not self-evidently true that if you're dying for your country when it's invaded by another country, it's a very different thing for invading another country and causing the death of your own soldiers and those of the people you call your enemy. That's what happens over and over again. It happens throughout the centuries. It happened in glorious fashion twice in the last century. And in the last few years, it has caused innumerable heartache and death and serious stress to the whole world. For what? For a few nasty lies.